Okay, let's go.
Back to school is coming up right around the corner. And as a parent of young kids, something we want to make sure we do is that we keep them safe. We're able to stay in contact with them. And that can be kind of tough these days. And there's enough threats out there that we need to do what we can to try and help keep our kids safe. And one way of doing that is giving them a phone, right? Giving them a young kid a phone has its own issues. So I've been using kids' smartwatches for the last few years, and they've been great. And the latest one that I've tested is the Cosmo JrTrack 5. Now, I've got the Cosmo JrTrack 4 here as well, as I've done some tests with it as well, and I previously reviewed the JrTrack 3. If you see my recent video on the TikTok 5, I'll link that up here. It's a kid's smartwatch. It's got tons of features in it as well, and it works for a lot of different kids. But you're going to have different kids like different things, whether it's a style or the different feature needs. And the JrTrack 5 brings a lot of the features a parent is going to want and need for their child to make sure that they feel safe with their kid going out and adventuring out on their own and being able to get a hold of them and know where they're at. And this watch does a great job of that with keeping things out of the way with a pretty understated look. So let's dive into what you can expect from a watch like this, what the JrTrack 5 offers in terms of features, what the app has, the safety things, and whether this might be a good option for your kids this coming school year. I was sent the Cosmo JrTrack 4 and 5 for testing purposes. However, neither Cosmo nor the PR agency will get any insight into this video before or see the video before you do. So this is my opinion on this watch. So the JrTrack 5, compared to the JrTrack 4, they're very similar in style. You've got just basic black fronts. There's nothing going on crazy in the front of these. There's a slight logo difference change between the 4 and the 5. You got your camera up top, a little difference around the casing, but otherwise it's pretty much the same. When you start looking at the sides, the big difference on the JrTrack 4 versus the 5 is the 4 has a SIM card slot. So you can put an actual SIM card into this from whatever carrier you choose to use. JrTrack 5 does not have that, and I'll cover that a little bit later on my feelings on that. But it's an interior, it's all built in, it's an eSIM, so you can't put your own SIM card into it. Both of them have microphones and speakers, obviously, because these are connected watches that connect over the internet, make phone calls and receive phone calls and text messages. On the other side, we don't have two buttons. We've got a single button for here for navigating around the watch and handling what you need to do. So otherwise, it's pretty much the same. The backside's shiny on the 5, whereas it's matte on the 4, and that's it as far as the design. So we didn't get a whole lot of changes there. What changes mostly are coming onto the 5 are going to be on the inside and the features that you get with it. So JrTrack 4 had, you could do location tracking, you could find where your kid was at, you could send them messages, you could do all that stuff, video chat and everything. It was all there on the 4. On the 5, they've taken those features and added some more to it and made them more enhanced and a bit more robust. So at the JrTrack 5, they've got what is they're calling their proprietary Halo GPS. And it's supposed to connect to more satellites and be a much faster and more accurate system than what has traditionally been used or was used on the JrTrack 4. And it works. It's really good. It locks on location quickly. It sends it back. It's accurate. I've had some watches that I've tested in the past where it will use Wi-Fi and cellular towers around it to kind of guess where it's at, and in addition to GPS, and they would get you in the ballpark. This is very accurate. I've been really impressed with the JrTrack 5 as far as location tracking goes. They've also added the ability to do live active tracking. So not just tracking to find out where they're at, hit any point in time, find where they are, but you can do live active tracking. And so this will track for 15 minutes. You turn this on, it'll do 15 minutes, and it'll ping you with the JrTrack 5 every 15 seconds. Whereas with the Cosmo JrTrack 4, it's every minute. So you're gonna get much faster updates and a better location tracking. You can also see a history of where your kid has gone on a map. So that's kind of nice too. You can kind of find out where they've been to kind of help track them down and see what they've been doing for the day. You get your same phone calls and messages just like you did the JrTrack 4. You also get video calling, which is really nice. They can also take pictures and send pictures with the watch to you. They're only connecting with the people that you allow them to. So in the app, and we'll show you that in a minute, but in the app, you set the contacts and that they can text and message with. You can set the level of which they have access to your kid's information. So if you want to give your spouse or grandparent caregiver access, you can give them that. And so when they have the app, they can actually go in and see some information, do tracking as well. But if you just want to have them text and contact their friends or your friends and family or whatever, they don't have to have the app. It'll send a message just like a normal phone call will. But they won't get messages or calls from anybody that isn't already approved in the app. That's really nice. JrTrack 5 continues a feature that I was missing from the JrTrack 3 that I reviewed years back. Showed up on the 4 and it's on the 5 as well, and that is an access to an app store. Now, the app store access is not the Google Play App Store or the Apple iStore, any other kind of stuff. This is going to be approved apps that Cosmo has vetted, and they're only accessible to you on the parent portal, where you get to choose what apps are available on the watch and when they can use them. So I'll show you a little bit more about what apps are available in the app section, but that is a feature that's there, and I really do like that. You've got pedometer, so you can do step tracking and activity tracking. You can set goals, find out how many steps your kid's taking throughout the day, make sure they're staying active. That's a really cool feature of this. My favorite feature that is missing on the TikTok 5, and I'm glad it's on the TikTok JrTrack 4 and the 5, is safe zones. That is where you get to create a virtual fence around an area. So a park, school, your house, friend's house, whatever you want to set. And once your kid enters that area, you'll get a notification. When they leave, you'll get a notification. So it's really great to know they've come and gone to the places they're supposed to be. It's really helpful for those types of things. You got focus mode. That's new for the JrTrack 5. Focus mode is where you can go in and set up basically do not disturb mode, or whatever you want to call it. So you can set it for different times. Like I've got one set up for my kid at school. So during school hours, he can only contact mom and dad and 911. Otherwise, nothing else is going to come through. No messaging, no apps, no games, any of that kind of stuff. It's just the watch for time and on contacts mom and dad. So that's what you get for the features of the watch itself. The design is pretty basic, pretty simple here. In the box, what you're going to get, the JrTrack 4 comes with the watch. It comes with this magnetic charger that snaps onto the back of it here, and a additional watch band. The JrTrack 5 comes with the wall adapter. It comes with a new charging cradle, so it still snaps to the back just like the old one did. It's just in a cradle, so it's better attached to it. It doesn't come off as easy. The old one, it's a good magnets, but they still would fall off if the watch kind of slid around too much. You could lose position and not actually charge. So this makes sure it gets charged. Speaking of the charging the battery, fantastic battery life. No problems getting through an entire day. Now, the battery is going to depend. They don't give an actual quote as far as how many hours it lasts. They just say all-day battery life, which is what I've been seeing in my experience. But if you're doing a lot of live tracking, GPS pings, messages, phone calls, things like that, those are some of the features that will draw the battery down quicker. So just keep that in mind. If your child's doing a lot of music streaming, those will drain the battery as well. But back to the box. So you get the watch, the charger with the new cradle, the wall adapter. It comes with a silicone watch band on it, and then it comes with this Velcro fabric band. It's got some reflective string thread woven into it. It's kind of a cool little band. It's nice and comfortable, so they got that as well. And some screen protectors. So, I mean, Cosmo does a good job of providing you with all the accessories, some options to change it up if you'd like. But the watch uses a standard watch band, so while the watch itself is boring, you can put any watch band you want onto this. I believe, I'll double check this, but I believe it is a 20 millimeter watch band. So you can swap that out with anything fun you want. So let's talk about the app. When it comes to connected kids devices, safety is the top priority. So part of that is going to be the app that you as the parent are going to use to manage that device. So Cosmo's app is really clean. There's not a lot going on with it. It's a relatively simple watch, so we got a relatively simple app as well. Everything's pretty well laid out and clear to see. So let's dive into what you can expect from the app, kind of what it looks like and the features within it, and see what we got. All right, so once you get it loaded up, you're going to start off, and you're going to power up the watch. You're going to set up your account on the app, and then once you go to add the device in the app, you'll scan the QR code on the back of the watch. It'll pair everything up and get it added to it. You'll choose your plan. Now, plans for the watch. As I said, this does not have a SIM card in it. It's a built-in SIM, and you have to use the service through Cosmo. They offer a bunch of different plans. I'll put pricing up here on the side of the screen for you. So you can kind of pick which works best for you and your family and go from there. So with that being said, once it's all set up, you're in the app, you're going to be greeted on the home page with the map and showing the location of where your child is. From there, you can change the view. You've got satellite view and you've got normal, street view type stuff. You can tap the location icon and it'll take you to them immediately. It'll do a search and take you back to them. So we've got that option there. And that is our home screen. From there, you can then click the start tracking. So this is what I was talking about, the active live tracking, where it's going to check it and locate it all on and on and on. So while this says 1 minute every 15 minutes, this is information for the JrTrack 4. The JrTrack 5 does update more frequently than that. So that is going to give you your live tracking. So when you're done needing the live tracking, make sure you turn it off to save battery for the watch. App Station will jump in that in just a moment. Messages is what it is. You can see your messages and phone calls in there, so that's all nice and easy laid out. If you have multiple devices, that's where this page, the tab on the side, so you can see your other devices there. You can go in and see all the contacts that you've got set up for the app or for the watch, and those are the only contacts that are allowed to be able to contact the watch or the watch be contact. Here's where we've got our safe zone. So this is what's really nice is you can go in here, get on the map, tap, press and hold, it'll take you straight to it, set up a radius around it, and you can adjust how far that bubble goes for your particular set. Select the devices that are going to be applied to it, hit save, and it's done. So that's where you're going to get notified if your kid shows up or leaves that area. So those are the safe zones. Messages and activity center. Activity center is where you can set alarms for the watch. You can see alarms that are set on the watch, so that's nice. Focus mode is where you're going to go in and set up your times for when the watch is going to be shut down, or in this case, I said lockdown, not shut down. So lockdown, if you do that, they're only going to be able to talk to SOS, only emergency situations. Whereas if you leave that off, they still be able to contact parents and the approved contacts, but none of the additional stuff will be on the watch. So that's kind of nice. That is that step counter. That's where you're going to go in and see your kid's activity and set the goal for how many steps they're going to be taking. And that's it. Pretty simple. If we jump over into the app station, this is where we're going to go in and see the dashboard, where you can see the usage, like how many calls, messages, and things like that. The apps are right here, and you can see what apps are available here. So they've got a few different options. These are all, there's a relatively small choice, but again, it's a kid's watch. We don't end up having a ton of access to a lot of things. So there's a curated list that are approved for kids, but again, you get the final say on what is allowed on the watch. So you can go in here and choose what is on there. You can choose your manage on how often they're allowed to access it and get some information on the app itself. So pretty simple, really nice app here. And it's good to use. Like there's not a ton going on with it that's going to get overly confused, as you can see there. But it gives you all the information you need. It's clearly laid out. There's not a ton of steps to go to set the focus mode or do any tracking. It's all right there in front of you. So that is the Cosmo app. So let's talk about what I'm not a big fan of, and then we'll wrap this thing up. The Cosmo JrTrack 5 has been a good watch. It's done everything I needed to do. It's active when I need it to be active. The battery lasts. It sends messages quickly, it receives them quickly, calls are clear, videos are clear. It does a good job. I don't have a whole lot of complaints as far as the device goes, aside from being, kind of just plain and boring looking. It does what it needs to do. We're not getting this for fashion, right, parents? But the biggest issue I have with this, one, the screen could be a little bit bigger. A big chunk of the watch face is mostly plastic, and the screen's not huge, just about 2 by 2 inch. Things can get a little cramped on there, even for a kid trying to read on it. So it could be a little bigger. That's kind of nitpicky, but it's clear. It gets pretty bright outside. It does handle sunlight pretty well. But my biggest issue with this is the cell service. I don't blame Cosmo for having their own service and trying to sell it to you. Good for them. It does a good job because it actually covers multiple different carrier antennas. So whether it's AT&T or Verizon, CDMA or GSM, it'll cover it all for you. So that's nice. But you're forced to use them. I like the option. They could keep the same idea of the SIM card slot in the phone and then offer their own plans that way, or allow the users to go somewhere else. Then outside of that, I really don't have a whole lot of nitpicks on it. They've done a good job. They've made a lot of changes in the past from the previous watch I used on the 3 to the 4, and 4 to the 5 has made some more refinements and improvements on the features. So pretty nitpicky on the things I want changed up on the watch. Let's wrap this up. The Cosmo JrTrack 4 and the Cosmo JrTrack 5 are both great watches. The JrTrack 4 I mean, the 5 just came out about a month ago, so the 4 is still a very viable watch if this is something you want. If you don't need the live tracking, you know, GPS isn't something you're overly concerned with. Not saying this isn't good. It's not as good as the Halo 5, but the GPS, it does work. It'll find them. It just may not be as quickly or maybe as accurately as the 5, but it's going to get you close. You still get video calling, you still get the apps, you still get a lot of the same features in here. You do miss out on focus mode. I'm not sure if that's something can come later in a software update, but something to keep in mind. But the JrTrack 5 is their latest and greatest. Its battery life is better on it. It's IP68 water resistant. The JrTrack 4 is water resistant as well. But you're water and dust resistant. We've got better battery life, better GPS. You've got more features in the app like focus mode, which is a great one, especially come school time. So we've also got some sales going on right now. Now, at the time of recording this video, the watch sells for $175, and they are running a deal that's half off. So that is a crazy good deal right now on one of the best kid smartwatches you can get. So, Cosmo JrTrack 5. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. I'll try to help you out. If you're curious about the TikTok 5 kid smartwatch, like I said, link to that's here as well. You can check that out. Slightly different features, different design entirely, but something to keep in mind is there. But Cosmo JrTrack 5, it's a great watch. Stick around. I got tons more videos coming up. I got a robot mower video on the way. I got some security cameras I'm working on, as well as some robot vacuums. So stick around. Thanks for watching.
Okay, let's go.